Welcome one and all, Barry from QuickSilver Sound Architects, and behind me I have a magnificent 2025 Aston Martin Vanquish. This car has a 5.2 litre twin turbo V12 engine. The twin turbo is very important because they do an exceptional job of sucking out a lot of the sound that is capable of this V12 engine. That's where we come in. This vehicle has been loaned to us by Aston Martin Works themselves, and in conjunction with them we have developed a very, very clever bit that goes on the front and an even cleverer bit that goes on the back. And if you want to know more about that, stick around to the end of the video and we'll go into those in a lot more detail and actually show you what's underneath. But right now, let's take this magnificent car out on the road and really hear what it can sound like with our Sound Architect system on it.
There are machines, and then there are masterpieces. Not merely built, but born. Not assembled, but composed. A 12-cylinder symphony. Gliding on roads as if time itself slows to listen. This magnificent force may soon be no more. As the world quiets its engines and trades soul for silence, we hear whispers that the V12 might fall silent.
Who's the pilot today, got pulled in as a sub last minute.
I know, how unlucky me.
Yeah. It sounds so much better than the factory exhaust. It's incredible. Like, it's exactly what I would have. Worst jobs in the world. Well, what did you think of that? The magnificent 2025 Aston Martin Vanquish, truly uncorked with a newly developed QuickSilver sound system on it that we have developed with Aston Martin Works themselves. We do this for all the world's finest cars. We don't just make them louder, we analyse them in every way possible so you give you the best possible sound, which is very important. If you're interested in this system, QuickSilverResource.com is where you go. You can order online and we can ship it straight to your door. There's also a dealer locator where you can find a dealer near you that can supply and fit it, which takes a lot of the hard work out for you, to be quite honest. More details below. Click, subscribe, hit the bell. I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Hello, welcome, thanks for sticking around behind the sounds with the fabulous brand new Aston Martin V12 Vanquish behind me, which, well, as you can see, some of it is missing. At the time of filming this car, actually, we haven't developed the exhaust. We're in the process of developing the exhaust, which is why I'm here talking to you, to show you what is equipped on the car, your car, or one of these cars from factory, and what we are intending to do to make it sound as good as it did, if that makes any sense. Behind me, this is all the kit that has to come off one of these cars if you want to fit one of our systems, so it's quite a labour intensive process. We always recommend one of our established approved dealers, which you can find on our website, but this is the most important kit that I want to show you. This is the rear section. This is the exhaust system on the back of the car. It is quite a hefty beast, quite heavy. They have to be like that to basically adhere to emissions regulations and all the other sort of things globally, so they can sell these cars around the world. But we don't have to adhere to those same regulations. So that's how we're, first of all, able to make these cars sound so much better. Of course, we're going to do something clever with it. We'll probably reduce the silencer casing, maybe do something in titanium for the actual casing. You can see when it has valves, our system will have valves as well. The ECU decides when these valves open and shut. When they are open, they pretty much completely bypass the silencer, so you're getting two basically banks of 6 on this V12, which can sound a little bit out of phase. What we try and do is integrate them so you're always getting a nice V12 sound throughout the rev range, a nice uniform tone. you can see when the valves are actually shut how small. There will be some integration in the silencer casing to muffle the sound, but how small that diameter is compared to when the valves are open. I mean, this is as I said, V12. There's a lot and lots of exhaust gases and a lot of power going through, leaving the engine, going through the exhaust system, and it's just leaving through what I would say is a bit of a pea shooter. I've seen bigger on a classic Mini or a Metro. I'm sure I have. The other important thing that we're going to try and do, like a dual system or a kit system, is we're going to do something very special with the OPF and secondary cats that are on the car. We can supply 300 cell, basically road legal, what we call race catalysts, and we can also take out the OPS altogether. It doesn't affect emissions. It's not a problem in any way, shape or form. It's at early stages of the development at the moment, so we'll have to see if there's anything with check engine management lights and that. These actually have, this is also a very big bit of kit, and not easy to take off the car and not easy to put back on the car, but it has two O2 sensors, as you can see. I think this is the in here you can see, I mean, how any gases can get through that. I mean, that muffles the flow massively. When we do something with this, it's going to add a much more crisper, refined sound throughout the rev range, which really will give you that Aston snap crackle that we all love. Now let's talk about our system. George and the Magnificent Jag.
So here we go with this prime British beast.
Listen to that diesel.
And an Aston Martin.
Welcome back. This has been a very long development. There's a very thick layer of dust on top of it. I've covered bits, but let's just do a quick recap of what is going on with this Aston.
Would you like the full nerd spec, Barry?
Yes, please.
All right, let's go. So essentially, second iteration of our Vanquish exhaust development, probably one of the most complicated Aston Martin exhausts we've made. And the reason for this change is essentially for pulse balance to accentuate high end. So the first exhaust we did followed Aston Martin's own bend line with a larger bore section of tube and a titanium silencer. But we were essentially bringing the gases out of these flanges and out at the extreme edges of the bumper. So you had relatively no mixing of gases with the exception of these two small balance pipes here. Not cool, because what you get is essentially two out of phase banks of 6. It's like hearing two BMW B58s firing across the back, which is people's criticism of the Aston Martin exhaust. How do you change it? Mix the gases early on. But now the gases come out these flanges and meet in this really aggressive mitered X-pipe transition here. And now what you hear is that super aggressive top-endy note, but we've also made sure that it's not quite equal length. Astons are notorious for having a really kind of brute in a suit, gentlemanly soundtrack. You don't want it to sound too much like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. It's still got to have that kind of hairy-chested mid-range to it, if that makes sense. So if you look at this, you'll see very carefully that's an almost equal length X-pipe, and then you just knock one pipe slightly out of phase.
I did not know that.
So in doing that, you create a time-delayed copy of the audio signal. So essentially, you mix them, so you get that beautiful, sort of narrower V12 note with all the top end that you'd hope for. But by just knocking one pipe slightly out of phase, you create a time delay in the time that it takes the notes on the loud side to reach this tailpipe and this tailpipe respectively. Also got the titanium silencer with the gas crossover, so even in GT mode you can enjoy a delicious exhaust note, and the same thing is amplified to oblivion when it comes to the X-pipe. So
yeah, it's great. I mean, I heard it before and it didn't sound as good as it could, and with the Sound Architects, and we've developed it to sound way better because I've heard this going now. And I didn't know about this, what you said about it being slightly off. You are giving away all our trade secrets now, I'll let you know.
Yeah, maybe feel free to blur that if you...
And
yeah, we don't...
at the front, we just do it in one hit. This is also brand new development, and we've talked about these previously, and these lights
Bloody...
keep going.
Okay, last one. I've got to deliver this quick. Okay, so 300 cell Euro 6 catted downpipes. We've deleted the OPF. I am not giving away our trade secrets on this one, but take my word for it that...
Well, we can still see it. I'm
Hang
sure,
on.
especially if I use natural daylight. There you go.
Or natural iPhone. So take my word for it when I say that these differential pressure sensors are very sensitive little things, and if they don't see a reading they like, they won't be happy.
Yeah.
So,
They are
you
up
know,
there, chaps.
they're up there, and there's something special going on inside there, but we're not telling you what it is. That essentially allows you to run a 300 cell cat in place of the factory 600 cell cat and delete the OPF filter. We've put this plasma ceramic on underneath just to keep temperatures manageable because there's a lot of heat going through here. The car is monitoring these pipes. They are tied to the NOx sensor in the car. I wonder if I'm giving away too much here because we don't want to scare our customers, but needless to say, you know, you've got to make sure the engine's happy. So everything's modular here. They bolt on, all pressure sensors go back in. The cat is a Euro 6 ECE catalyst. OPF is gone, and then into the X pipe on the back. So yeah, it's. I mean, and just look at the things.
I love the
They
way.
look
I love the
mega.
way we've stopped it where it doesn't need to go any further. Like so, that's the heat coating down to this, and then it's all metal there.
Got that from an OEM development, didn't we, Barry? I'm not going to tell you who that is, but we did do that for
Yeah.
a very cool supercar manufacturer,
Yeah.
and we're bringing this technology to your QuickSilver aftermarket products.
Put your guesses below, and if you're the winner, we'll send you a free T-shirt.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
There was a lot of information to take in there, and if you're like me, you probably have a brain a bit like a sponge. So, or not like a sponge, Swiss cheese, I think is probably a better analogy. So, give us a call, or email us, and we can go through the details, or go to our website where all the details should be online. And if we've missed anything, let us know. I don't know, that's about it.
No, there's nothing. There's no more nerdy spec we can bore you with. So just get on the phone and buy one. And if you don't want to buy one, leave us a nice comment.